Hello, welcome to the show's fourth season. I'm Albie Benitez.
And I'm Javi Benitez.
This is
Game Changer.
There are men and women driven by passion, committed to find happiness and meaning. They strive to better our lives and make us aspire to help others. They are visionaries. They advocate events, ideas, technological innovations that make significant shifts in our thinking. To make a better future for us, they pursue game-changing inventions that make us change the way we think, we live, we carry our lives, the way we see things. We ask ordinary people about their ideas and what they believe are game changers. Journey with us as we tell stories of these visionaries and their game changers.
In this episode of Game Changer, in case of emergency, who you're gonna call? For well-trained and well-equipped responders, try Pilipinas 911. The Masungi Geo Reserve, changing the game in preserving and encouraging our ecotourism sites. And the indigenous people like the Dumagats benefiting from these development projects. In the United States, in any emergency, you only have to call 911. And highly trained police officers, firemen, and medical personnel will come to your rescue.
Not so in the Philippines, where there are countless emergency numbers to remember. But when they do come, the response teams are often ill-equipped, or ill-trained, or worse, both.
Well, there's hope yet, as one company decided to put up a private, more efficient system. They call it Pilipinas 911. In case of emergencies like this, who are you going to call? With over 7,000 emergency hotlines, it's so easy to get lost in a pool of numbers. Enter Pilipinas 911. Hi. Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Morning.
Welcome to Pilipinas 911.
Thank you. For its founder and managing director, personal experience serves as the trigger and motivation to get in. In his words, the business of saving lives. Now, he doesn't want anyone to feel as helpless, especially in emergency situations.
We want to be there with you when you are going through some crisis, whether it's a medical emergency or an emergency requiring police, fire assistance, or during disasters. So we want to be, in a way, like your next of kin.
Pilipinas 911 is a subscriber-based, nationwide private emergency dispatch company. It's patterned after the United States 911 and uses the same software. Every second counts, so they make use of the medical priority dispatch system that allows them to determine immediately what response is necessary, whether medical, fire, or police.
Code 9 Echo 1 expanding unit is confirmed. Copy.
But while emergency response is pegged at 3 to 5 minutes, Pilipinas 911 live by the 0-minute response rule, and aptly so given the hellish traffic in our cities.
Our competency would really be on managing your emergency via phone. Let's say a child is choking and the mother calls us not knowing how to perform Heimlich maneuver. So at that moment, while we're on the phone with her, we can teach her how to perform the Heimlich maneuver while the ambulance is on its way.
Cheryl Bahamundi is the operations manager of Pilipinas 911.
Every day we have 2 shifts, so from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So every day we have one dispatcher and then one call taker and then 2 EMTs. So sila yung mga nasa ambulance. And yung EMT natin is an RN EMT.
From their call takers to the EMTs, all are registered healthcare professionals. In case of a blackout, they have a backup card set that contains all the information in the software, so there are no delays in operations. Plus, they regularly update their database.
We have around 8,000 database ng numbers talaga kasi it's a nationwide. And then every 3 months ina-update namin yon. Tapos one by one, every hospitals, every ambulance services nationwide tinatawagan namin just to update the numbers.
They respond to a myriad of calls, from a simple flat tire or a car battery running out to life-threatening emergencies. Just last January, they received a call from the helper of their subscriber who had a diabetic attack.
Kanina at hinimatay siya.
Okay, so pump the chest hard and fast, at least twice per second and 2 inches deep.
Okay.
Let the chest come all the way up between pumps, and we're going to...
Nagbigay kami ng telephone CPR and then na-revive yung patient. So habang en route yung ambulance namin, so ongoing pa rin yung compression niya, yung pagsi-CPR niya, and then pagbibigay niya instruction through phone.
Evidently, emergency response is serious business. Lives are at stake. So in Pilipinas 911, there are several levels to ensure the highest standards in service.
Fine. So, anong gagawin natin? We check 4 pulse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10.
The company and employees are certified for emergency management by the International Academy of Emergency Dispatch and undergo regular training. Pilipinas 911 is also recertified by the Academy every 2 years. Janice Grunberg is one of Pilipinas 911's subscribers. She shared with us how it was a life-changing decision.
So we got stalled. It was the street right after the T-Plex. It was late at night, around 11 p.m. And we actually stalled in a part where there were people drinking alcohol. They were doing karaoke. So I was really impressed. And then she was able to mobilize people to come and rescue me and my office mates. So there were really people who changed the tires for us and all that. So really superheroes.
For all this and more, Janice attests that Pilipinas 911 is a certified game changer.
The emergency dispatch service is really very important, really very crucial, and something every family should have in this country.
The case of Janice is but one example of the emergency situations our countrymen encounter every day. But up until now, interconnectedness is still the biggest challenge in emergency response in the Philippines. There are efficient but isolated emergency response units in different locations. So to address this giant loophole, on the first day of August, the national government will be launching a nationwide 911 emergency hotline, along with a 8888 hotline for public complaints. It will replace the existing Patrol 117. Not only is it an interagency effort, it enjoins the private sector as well. The 911 National Emergency Hotline was patterned after the successful Davao 911. The government will utilize Patrol 117's existing infrastructure, but with a number of upgrades. Plus, emergency hotlines of local government units all over the country will be changed to 911.
The government is here that you could call at 911 for any emergency, especially during times of disasters. So you could actually rely that there will be somebody there 24/7 and answering your call and helping you in whatever emergency that you have.
Right now, calls come at a minimal rate, but eventually President Rodrigo Roa Duterte aims to make it free of charge. And since emergency response is a serious matter, prank callers will certainly be penalized.
We are empowering communities because remember, our individuals, our families are our first line of defense. So the game changer there is that we are undergoing change to empower ourselves. We are slowly and having concrete steps moving towards that vision. We will be a disaster-resilient Philippines.
Though ensuring the safety and well-being of the people during disasters and emergencies falls primarily on government's shoulders, having extra hands on deck from private groups like the Pilipinas 911 is most certainly welcome. More than a source of income, emergency response is a vocation that needs utmost dedication. For Ruel, while maintaining Pilipinas 911 as his bread and butter, he also works as a volunteer emergency medical technician in various local governments. In the end, the concept of bayanihan still prevails, and life-saving is everyone's business.
When we are sent out to respond, I see ordinary people already there, trying to help. What was more important, I think, is that building that skill in every Filipino.
With the new government comes a renewed call for a national 911 system. Indeed, its potential for crime prevention, medical response, and rescue is just enormous. And companies like Pilipinas 911 could help lay down the groundwork for such a system.
Just one call, instant professional help for every Filipino. Now that's a game changer.
Up next, Geo Reserves and how they are helping change the landscape of Philippine ecotourism when Game Changer returns.
Midas Hotel and Casino, a contemporary, design-led lifestyle hotel in the majestic hub of Manila with fabulous views of sunset on the bay. Midas offers designer amenities and guest rooms and suites, supreme restaurant options for sumptuous enjoyment, event studios for corporate meetings and vows, and a casino with world-class gaming. Here at Midas, we make days into moments. Sparkling creativity, it's stylemanship by Midas.